Yeah, what is going on? Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to another episode of the NJ Show. How is everybody doing? I hope you're all doing well. Let's get some refresh. There we go. Got some refresh going there real quick just to make sure that we're live. And we are in fact live, which is always good. So let's keep that there. How is it going, everyone? It's good to see everybody. Happy Tuesday. Happy start to the week for us here on the NJ Show. This is the first episode this week. We have got CPI today, and not only do we have CPI today, we've got Bitcoin right at resistance. We've got SBF apparently being arrested, which because I haven't got proper sources with me right now, I can't cover that on today's episode, but I can talk about Binance and I can give you some of my thoughts on Binance going into CPI. All right. Now, what I want you guys to do is get your comments in so I can start the shout out in just a moment. But also at the same time, I'm going to need you all to smash up those likes and make sure that if you're new to the channel, to consider subscribing. All right. We're on our way to the next bull market. We're not that far away. The more and more I look at this chart, we're not that far away. We're closer to the low than we are to the highs. We're closer to the bottom than we are to the next top. We've got so much FUD going on at the moment in crypto. Uh, Binance seems to be the center point of a targeted attack, in my opinion. And no, obviously, I am a little bit biased because you've got Binance up there, but I can justify my point. I don't like to go down without a fight, and I'm going to go down with a fight today. I'm going to talk to you guys about Binance. So, this is the plan for today's episode, all right? We're going to do a little 15-minute chat about Binance, all right? I'm going to bring up my screen in a second. We'll have a quick look at an article. In the meantime, you guys will get your comments in. Once we've done that 15-minute chat about Binance, we'll move over to a quick shout out. We'll talk about CPI. We'll get a poll up for CPI as well to see what you guys think, bullish or bearish. And we'll get those conversations going. So let's do that right now. Let's not waste any time because we've got 28 minutes till CPI. So make sure you're all doing your part. Make sure you're smashing up ye old likes. Oh goodness, I think that was a Superman thing that I just did there. Anyway. So right. So the US Justice Department is split over charging Binance as crypto world falters. Now look, the US Justice Department, if you're going to see that, you're going to think to yourself, "Oh my god, Binance, the US the Department of Justice is coming for Binance. It must be over. This is going to be horrible. This is going to finish Binance. This is going to finish crypto." When in reality, it's not quite the case. The Department of Justice, when they look at something like money laundering in 2022 is one of the easiest things that you can do. It's actually more difficult to do things the legal way nowadays than it is to do it the haram way, from a law perspective anyway, and it's so easy to make a mistake these days that when the Department of Justice come for you, it's pretty quick, pretty heavy, and pretty fast. Now, what do we know about Binance that happened in the last couple of days or the last couple of weeks that may have, put him, CZ, in the spotlight? And I think it's to do with the FTX thing. Now, given that FTX is no longer really a predominant sort of figure in the space, it bodes to question, does CZ have too much power in the crypto space now? Because if we look at CZ's competitors, we're looking at the likes of Coinbase. We're looking at the likes of Coinbase. Someone in the chat, let me know, right? Does Binance have another competitor, another real world competitor other than Coinbase right now? Because to me, I don't really think it does. Now, if the Department of Justice are going to start a pursuit against Binance, the question that I've got to myself here is, number one, has the Department of Justice ever charged another company or another corporation or another entity for the same reasons? And number two, if they do charge Binance, what will it actually mean? And number three, is this actually just a real life thing or is it actually just speculation? So look, number one, oh goodness, I've forgotten what I just said there. Anyway, number one, when it comes to the concept of the Department of Justice, the answer to that question is yes, they have. They've charged many companies in the past for money laundering or moving money in the wrong direction, moving money in the wrong ways. And what typically comes from that is fines. We don't usually see people going to jail over something like that. It's usually a fine or something like that. Now, when we look at the concept of FTX, the total value of the company was somewhere around, I think, 8 or 9 billion in total, right? Binance have a reserve of $62 billion. If the DOJ come back and say, you know what, Binance, what you've done is wrong, you're going to get charged $300 million. Binance is going to laugh at something like that. Do you know what I mean? 300 mil is like going to the shop and buying a can of Coke for this company. Not specifically for CZ, but for the company, yeah, come on. They can take those kind of hits. In the past, whenever Binance has been hacked or whenever something has happened, they have the ability to even just roll back to the previous day's snapshot and everybody gets paid again. It's not a big deal for Binance. Now, we've seen it with other companies. If we go to, like, if I divert your attention to Central London. If we go to Central London, we go to Canary Wharf or Moorgate, right? That's where all these big financial companies reside in the UK. I'm pretty sure at least 90% of them have been charged in some way, shape, or form for something like this in the past, all right? Yes, it is very, very bad for the crypto space for us to wake up in the morning and to see an article saying, well, look, Binance is under scrutiny and the leader of the crypto industry is facing some sort of major charge. But in reality, it's something that we see happen all the time. When JP Morgan got this same sort of justice handed to them, the world didn't shit the bed. Now Binance is getting this, and the crypto space aren't mature enough yet to understand what this really means. And a lot of people who joined crypto recently who don't really understand the traditional finance chain, that the sort of food chain, how crypto works and how crypto bends, and why crypto goes up and why it's going down, why all of us are here for CPI today. When people don't really understand that, especially the new people who have come in, you look at something like this and you start panicking, you start getting worried, you start thinking, oh, it's all over. Get your money out of Binance, get your money away from Binance. We don't want to trade, we don't want to do X, Y, and Z. When in reality, Binance, in my opinion, is actually not in a very scary place. Now, if we look at this article very quickly, and I'm going to do the shout out in just a moment. Let me zoom in for you guys here. So Washington, DC. So Reuters are coming out with this. Second question I asked was, have we seen something like this before? Yes, we have. We've seen it with all these big companies that I've just mentioned before. The third question I asked was, is this real or is this speculation? Has judgment been dealt with yet? Or is this just something that has just come out of the air and nothing's been done yet? Now, you know, as far as I'm concerned, yes, Reuters is it's an outlet that has been reputable in the past, but it doesn't matter what anybody says. It's either true or it's false, or it sits right in the middle where you can't really make an opinion or make an astute observation because it's not real. And the answer to that, again, is this is speculation. This has come out from Reuters, and we don't actually know if the sources are even valid like that, to be honest, from what I'm seeing. Now, yeah, I'm being very biased towards Binance here, and I'm speeding up the way that I'm talking because we got CPI in 20 minutes. Smash up the like, subscribe to the channel, bottom right-hand corner if you haven't already. But ultimately, I'm here to defend crypto, and Binance sits at the front of crypto for me. Obviously, it's us, the people. I appreciate that. We're the ones that use the products and services. But CZ is somebody who has proven over and over again that he actually gives a shit about crypto. When you make billions and billions and billions of dollars, Mike Love, when you make that much money, it's difficult to wake up in the morning and feel motivated to do any type of work. But this brother actually loves crypto. He's taking crypto forward. He's helping us take crypto forward. We've all made money from Binance before. We've all made money on these Binance listings. CZ right now is being targeted by people who don't actually really like crypto. They actually don't even like us because we like crypto, and it's coming from a very banking style. It's coming from the banking industry. all of this. The Department of Justice follow the chain of command. It's coming from the banking industry, an industry which often falls under the same scrutiny as Binance is falling under today. But they're making a much, much bigger deal than it should be. All right. Now, according to them, they're saying that the investigation began in 2018 and is focused on Binance's compliance with US anti-money laundering laws and sanctions. These people said some of at least half dozen federal prosecutors involved in the case believe the evidence already gathered justifies moving aggressively against the exchange and filing criminal charges against individual executives, including CZ. Said the two sources. The two sources who we don't know what their names are, the two sources who we don't know if they've got any credibility, the two sources who say that this has been going on since 2018, but that was the previous bear market, but they didn't talk about it in 2020 during COVID. They didn't talk about it in 2021 during the bull market. They didn't talk about it during the bear market, the beginning of the bear market. They've chosen to talk about it right now, right when we're at the low. They've chosen to talk about it as soon as the SBF FTX drama happened. And that, to me, it doesn't sit right with me. I'm so annoyed by that. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee while I get the opportunity to. Smash up the likes. Now, this is the thing. This is the thing. Criminal charges. Does that mean he's going to jail? Probably not. Does that mean that Binance is shutting down? Probably not. Does that mean that Binance is going to stop doing what they're doing? Probably not. Does that mean they're going to get a fine? Probably. Okay. Now, if Binance are going to get a fine, realistically, how does it affect me and you? How does it actually affect crypto? If tomorrow Manchester United get a fine from the Department of Justice, God forbid, if they get a fine tomorrow from the Department of Justice, does that mean that I'm not going to expect any signings in January? Or does that mean I'm not going to expect any signings in the summer? No, it doesn't. It just means that you've been slapped on the wrist. And that's what tends to happen with this. You know, it's a way for the system to take money back for something that's wrong. And yes, I know that I'm bringing up Manchester United and Amazon might be buying Manchester United, but this is a crypto channel. Maybe one day we'll have a football channel where we talk about football. But going back to crypto real quick, I don't want you guys to panic. I don't want you guys to worry. I don't think Binance are in trouble, if I'm really honest with you. And if they are, with 62 billion in reserves, I'm not really worried. I'm not really worried. If they wanted to target Binance, they should have done it in 2018 when they didn't have 10 times the reserves that they have now. And in 2025, if we have another bull market, the people who are going to benefit the most are exchanges like Binance, all right? Where they will harness so much of the trading volume. And there's going to be so much trading during that time because awareness for crypto continues to grow. We are still on... It's not really an uphill battle anymore. And that's one thing that we need to take into consideration. We're not as early as we think that we are. And at the same time, even though we're not early, we still have that time. We still have enough chance in the market to make those wild gains that you guys want to make, which I've seen before, you know? Right. That was the 15-minute segment on Binance. Move over to the charts here. Let me just... move over to the charts here. Right. Let's do a quick shout out. Let's get some polls up as well. So we got Nicholas Giroux, who's first. We got Hafuel. We've got Frederico. We've got Lily over here. Good to see you, Lily. We've got DH1 saying good afternoon. NJ and everyone. We've got Stefan. Good to see you, mate. Stephen, I think. We got Luke here. Nice to see you, Luke. Thanks for joining. Appreciate you. What's going to happen today? Who knows? N1, good to see you, mate. Liz, good to see you, Liz. Liz is back, everybody. So show some love to Liz. Liz was away for a little bit on some personal stuff, on a personal break. But she's back, my number one, alongside Hafu and the other mods in the chat. All my number ones. Dank McDizzle, good to see you. Phil the Flying Frenchman, is it ever really a stream without you, mate? It isn't. No, it isn't. Good to see you, bro. Thank you for tuning. KAR Crypto, good to see you, my bro. We got KAR Crypto here again saying, NJ, before you ask, BTC, dollar, ES, and BNB, that's a shout. That's a shout. I'm going to go with that. Trader ZB, good to see you, fam. Thank you for joining. Ryoki, nice name. I like that name. Good to see you. Nice logo as well there. I like that. Crypto Mac, thank you for joining, Crypto Mac. We need to get you on the show, Crypto Mac, for one of these. Maybe we'll get you on for a watch along, you know. Would that be a good idea? Do you guys know who Crypto Mac is? Might be a good idea. If you don't know who Crypto Mac is, you probably know him from just Twitter, but he's actually a funny brother. Maybe I'll bring him on for a CPI watch along. That might be a lot of fun. You guys will really enjoy that. We've got Ken here. Ken saying, "Yo, NJ, thank you in advance for your valuable insights so far. Let's go. Appreciate you, Ken. Appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in." We've got Svetzalav here, and we've got Derry here. We've got Stinkfove here. We got H. We got JMO. We've got August. We've got a lot of people here. This is fantastic. We've got Tudor. We've got Vishnu. We've got Vineet. We've got William, and we've got Crypto Dad. We've got Les. It's just good to see everyone. All right. I'm sorry if I missed you out, but you can always send a super chat in if you really want to have your message read. Okay. So look, let's quickly get a poll up as well while we get a chance. I need your thoughts on what's going to happen next. And I want you guys to vote before I start waffling away, all right? Because when I waffle, it might influence the vote, and I don't want that to happen. So, CPI, bullish, bearish, or I'm going to add a third option, no idea, fam. That poll is live now, okay? So look, go into the live comments, all right? If you're tuning in, go into the live comments, look at the poll, and vote on the poll. I already know what I'm going to be voting for, and I've already done my vote right there. We've got 27 votes so far. We've got over 100 people in the chat, but we've only got 30 likes. I really need everybody to step in and pop a like there. Just, it helps with the algorithms. We're trying to grow the NJ show. We want the NJ show to be bigger than this. And everybody who puts in support, it really goes a long way. When the channel is this early, when the channel is this young, any type of support that you put in, it's much more than when you do it for a bigger channel. I'm not saying not to do it for bigger channels as well, but it just goes a long way. So anybody who does have a second to spare, please drop a like in and consider subscribing to the channel. Now, we haven't got that much time, so I want to just quickly skim over Bitcoin before we bring up the four charts. Now, with Bitcoin, what I want us to pay attention to here is the bottom range, the lower range, the orange bars that you see below. Now, this lower range, 17,750, is that nasty resistance that we've got right here. Now, this resistance, in my opinion, could cap the market. Maybe we're going to get some sort of deviation here before we start getting lower prices. Now, let me see how many votes we've got. We've got 60 votes. I want a few more votes to come in because I'm going to tell you what I think what I think CPI might be today as well. You've got to remember that MasterCard have come out and they've said that the inflation has potentially peaked and that we shouldn't really be going back to those COVID levels for sure. It would have peaked in COVID, but when they say inflation has peaked, I imagine that we are going to start going into a neutral territory now over the course of the next few months. Yes, there are reasons that we're going to be going down. I do appreciate that, but I don't think that we're going to be going down drastically or climactically the way that we've been going down for the course of 2022. All right. So look, maybe if they come out today and they say it's lower than 7.3 as an example, right? That's going to be really bullish for the market. It's still bearish because inflation is really high, much higher than it should be, but it's technically bullish compared to the 12% forecasts that we were predicting. I think it was a better part of 6 months ago. We were talking about breaking 10% and maybe going as high as 12 to 13% for inflation, albeit we got to 9.7 or something like that, and then we started going down. So look, that is what I'm seeing for Bitcoin right now. That is where I'm looking to look for some sort of deviation. I think anything it wants to do in this area here will be chopped. So between 17,750 and 20,100, the previous all-time high, I think anything between these two levels is going to be very choppy. But anything below 17,750, I think will be a solid short. One of the last shorts that we get, last big ones that we get before the lows put in. Now, at the same time, if we're going to get bullish news in the market. The two levels that we need to look out for is the level that we just hit right now at this minute. Hold on. Look at that candle that we just got there, 17,750. We just hit resistance. If we can break above this resistance, I'd be looking to target 20K. Now, what I'm going to do is while you lot are still voting, I'm going to keep Bitcoin up like this. And I'm going to bring up 3 other charts, all right? So we can properly watch this CPI stuff, okay? Oi, my TradingView Pro's finished. I need to sort that out. I don't think I could do that live. I don't think I could do that live on stream, you know? Hold on a second. Let me see. If it doesn't ask for bank details, if it just lets me do it, I'll do it. What kind of foolishness, bruv? How am I TradingView Pro finished? Oh, no. All right, I'll sort that out. I'll sort that out later. Right, guys. So we're going to have one chart up today. Do you know what? The Black Friday deal was a good deal. And when I saw it pop up, I thought, this is stupid. I've already got TradingView Pro. Why would I want to rebuy something that I already have? But it looks like it was finishing, and that's why that happened. That's really stupid, man. That's really annoying. Does that mean it will have deleted my other charts as well? Because I like using that 4 chart thing. Okay, all right. So what's going on with the dollar, real quick? So with the dollar moving on over here, again, it's the same thing. Honestly, I think the dollar's going to find some support. I really think that the dollar's going to find some support. I don't think we're just going to nuke all the way to the bottom of this channel. If we did, I don't think that would be good. I think that this upper pink box that we've got here is the distribution area. I think the dollar's going to keep finding its way into this pink box until we get closer to the bull market. And then when it's finally ready to finish its distribution and start dumping, I think closer to the Bitcoin halving, we're going to see a massive, massive risk on type rally. And that risk on rally should give Bitcoin and even the S&P new highs, you know, in my opinion. Moving on, what else have we got here? Let's see what oil is doing, man. I haven't looked at oil in time. Ooh, interesting. 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 Did I just bring up oil randomly here, or did I plot this chart out maybe like 7 weeks ago, and now we're starting to get that exact chart? So look, with oil, I've been very quiet about oil for the last 2 months, but around a month or 2 ago, I plot this chart out, and this is the scenario I was looking for oil, and this is where we are now. So could this, what would sort of affect this? I think something to do with the war might affect this, to be honest. So watch out. Just be very, very careful that we don't get any sort of bearish war news coming out right now, because also the whole Russia-Ukraine situation has gone very quiet, but not for any good reasons. Now, it's difficult for me to comment on this because I'm not a geopolitical expert. For those of you who met me in real life, for those of you who know me through the streams, I'm just Trader NJ. Like I'm one of you guys, you know. I love crypto, and that's why I'm consistently talking about it. I need a platform to talk about crypto. But yeah, so with oil, just watch out for that because it looks really freaking bullish up until 97. But that's a really big trade. That's a really, really big trade. For those of you who love leveraging, for those of you who love playing with leverage, this is a directional trade. So from the weekly time frame, what I'd want you to do from here, if you're learning, for example, is you mark out a chart like this on the weekly, fine. But now what you do is you don't just take a long from here with a stop loss there and say, I'm going to take profit there. That's not what you do. You say, okay, we're in support now. This is an area of support which is interesting to me. Now that we're at this level, what am I seeing? We're seeing a bit of a bounce. We're seeing a potential higher low. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark out this level here at 97.92, and I'm going to base my trades in that direction. So there's probably going to be, I don't know, like 20, 30 trades that you can take between this area here and 97.92, but you've got to look for the direction of those trades. Now, what we're going to do is, because we've lost TradingView Pro stupidly, we're going to go back to Bitcoin and we're going to watch Bitcoin go a little bit crazy. Another chart, by the way, just quickly before I end the poll and before I come back to Bitcoin, another chart I was looking at is Doge. Now, Doge looks really interesting to me. Doge looks really, really interesting, but I can't really, if we look at Doge on the weekly, right? I've only marked out a few pieces of SR, but this is really enough. Now we've got the deviation here. We've got multiple taps of this upper level here. This is the level that we found resistance at. This is the level that we've retested here. But now it kind of looks like we're making a higher low. We've recently broken market structure with this big pump that we had here. I'm starting to wonder if there is a trade to be had in Doge. Now, this is not financial advice, but I bought some Doge yesterday, somewhere in the 8.7s or 8.8s. It wasn't the exact low that I caught, because I know we pulled back yesterday, but it was somewhere in that region. So I've bought some Doge. Obviously, I'm going to keep my stop losses tight. I'm going to keep it below this weekly stop here. I don't really want price to go below 8.4, 8.5. It's a manual stop. So I bought in spot. I'm not leveraging. I'm kind of curious as to what happens here, because from a weekly perspective, I can imagine over the next 2 to 3 weeks for us to get something that either pushes up stupidly crazy into these highs here, coming in at sort of 16, or if we get maybe a push up into somewhere like 12 cents as an example. But even that in itself is a 25-30% move in the market, and that's kind of what we're here for, isn't it? So I bought some Doge personally. I think that we might get a bit of a push. The rest of the market looks shit. Bitcoin is at resistance. I don't know why, but Doge looks really decent. So just keep an eye on it. I've put money that I'm willing to lose, and I won't lose it all in general. It will be it's spot, right? So I'll lose in terms of percentage. So look, we've got 3 minutes now until CPI. All right, 3 minutes. I'm going to look at the poll now, and I'm going to close the poll off. Let's go to the 1 minute time frame for Bitcoin, and let's see what is going to happen here. Because look, I called 1750 for resistance, and so far it's played out. Very fast move into resistance. What is CPI gonna do? So let's go over to this poll very quickly. Let's see what you guys have said. You guys have said, let me end it here. We got just about 100 votes. Just about. Please do smash a like on the video, by the way. There's over 140 of us here. Ideally, we need to try and get to 100 likes while we're on the video. I would really appreciate if we could do that. It does help with the algorithms, and it helps the channel grow. From 140 people here, if any of you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. Bottom right hand corner, help the NJ community get to 6k subscribers. I'm sure you'll enjoy the content as well going forward. So look, very quickly, 47% of you said bullish, 29% of you said bearish, and 22% of you said you've got no idea. Now, I think bullish as well. I think that, yes, like Hafuel is saying here, a recession is unavoidable, but at the same time, if inflation has peaked, then it's a case of which narrative are they going to use? Are they going to use the narrative that inflation has peaked and that we're working to build a better market, a better economy? Or are they going to use the narrative that, yeah, inflation has peaked, but a recession is unavoidable, so we're going lower. Now, we'll see what happens here, but these little pre-spikes that we're getting here, sorry about that, champs. One sec. 1 minute till CPI. 1 minute till CPI. And then we've got the FOMC stream tomorrow as well. So look, if you're new to the channel and if you're enjoying the CPI watch along, then why wouldn't you want to tune in for the watch along tomorrow with FOMC? We've got a special guest coming on Thursday as well. 2 special guests coming on Thursday as well, which you'll like. So look, let's go. Smash a like on the video if you're enjoying the content. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, bottom right hand corner. Make sure you're looking at the links in the description below as well. Binance are running a promotion at the moment. If you are new to Binance and you sign up using the link in the description below, you will get a mystery box, a CR7 Cristiano Sui Ronaldo NFT mystery box. All right, so check that out as well. Join the Telegram as well. It's the first link. Second link in the description below. Make sure you're tuning into the Telegram too. CPI is looking very non-eventful. What is going on here? Why is CPI not doing anything? Do something, fam. Do something. Oh, Okay, all right, okay. Yeah, I like this. Yeah, so I bought some Doge yesterday. I bought a little bit of Doge. Okay. Yeah, okay. Take profit, take profit. Okay, take profit. Hold on. BRB, taking profit, taking profit. That is sexy, man. Take some profit over here. Take some profit. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Take some profit. Make sure you're taking profit. Don't just listen to me singing and then you don't take profit. Make sure you're taking some profit. A lot of you said bullish. Now look, we are above that 17,750 level now. So the question is, what is going to happen? Notice these highs. For those of you who are new to price action, you see these highs here that sit right above a major resistance level. These highs are the ones that you need to watch out for. That's where the liquidity is resting, because if anybody's going to short below 17,750 and I say, all right, where are you going to put your stop loss, G? They'll say, oh, NJ brother, we're going to put stop loss right here. Okay, right here. And now that's been taken out through an event driven spike. So be very, very careful with that. It's one of those events that can actually make this candle go bearish. Now, who is in the chat? Where's one of my number ones? So we've got Phil the Flying Frenchman saying 7.1. KAR 7.1. Okay, that's enough confirmation for me. Mods are saying 7.1% CPI. So look, MasterCard have said that inflation potentially peaks. We have got bearish news against Binance, that's true, but we've already broken that down in the earlier parts of this episode. I'm starting to wonder now, if we are looking for a deviation above 17,750, what we need to do is we need to get back below 17,750 for that deviation to constitute as true. Now, the deviation would be somewhere along this box here. It would be somewhere in this area here. We don't know how high the deviation could go. But at the same time, I need to give you guys the bullish plan. Now, the bullish plan is, we go back to this area here again. The area I just mentioned right here. So you see these highs that I just mentioned about with the stop losses. If I draw a box like this, okay? And let me drag this out for you guys. Hold on. Another alternative to this, because CPI has come in lower, is for the short term, and I mean in the next 24 hours, we can start looking at the concept of maybe something like this. Okay. Now, the top of this, I would be looking at, your first targets would be this area here, which comes in at 19K, 19.1K. Second targets would be that previous all-time high, 20,100. Okay. So be very, very careful. It will become a valid long, I think, because CPI came in lower. At the same time, we've got the FOMC watch along tomorrow. Now, yes, we have the data print today. Yes, the market is reacting, but what is Powell going to actually say on this? Now, let's have a quick look at BNB. I know a lot of you guys want to look at BNB because of everything that's going on. Is this my BNB chart? That's the question. Ignore that. That was a trade that I took a couple of, I think it was a week and a half ago. I think I shared that as well on the channel. We nailed that trade. So BNB is that's good support, man. That's good support for BNB. Yo, 1 second. Let's look at BNB. Let's look at BNB because I remember doing this range. Okay. All right. So let's break down BNB in a way that's logical. Let me take a sip of my coffee while all my friends and family in the chat are liking the video, because I know you lot are all doing that. I'm gonna look in a second. I'm gonna see 100 likes. We probably got 100 new subscribers today, probably as well, for those who are in the chat that may have not subscribed yet. All right, so BNB. Now, one thing I'm looking at with BNB, I'm already saying it in my head here, is this low right here. You see this big monthly candle here? I divert your attention to May 2020-21. I want to draw a line. I want to mark out this low exactly like this. And I'll tell you why I want to mark out this low. All right. Reason I want to mark out this low is because once we made this low here in May 2021, we went on to go back to the all-time high area. Now, this area here for BNB, if we're talking just in terms of theory, right? This area here is the top. This is where the distribution happens. This is where the retail is buying. This is where you want to short. Now, none of us got the short. I get that. None of us got the short. When we were here on this big white candle here, on November 2021, everybody thought we were going to go even higher, except people who were, properly focused on macro, people like Trader XO. Now, we've been going lower since. We know this low is very important because this low is what allowed us to get sent back to the highs. Now, what we've done is anybody who would have bought in these areas here, they would have smacked their stop loss right below this low. And lo and behold, over a year later, this was May 2021. We are now we are in December 2022. So a year and a half later, what we've done is on June 2022, we've come and we've swung failed this low and we've closed above it. We then bounced. Now, remember the last bounce we had here where we got sent back to the highs? Yes, we have got lower market structure, but now that we've hit 260, I'm starting to wonder if the target is now going to become 300 again. And I'll explain why. Look, you see, when price takes out the stops to the downside, it tends to say, now I'm going to take the stops to the upside. Now, if the stops were resting here to the downside, the stops are going to be resting here to the upside, this level here. Now, this level falls in at 450. That's a bit retarded. I don't know if 450 is doable. Maybe this one then. Maybe this one. Hold on. 400. Nah, bro, that's mad. Yo, BNB's looking bullish, BNB is not looking bullish. It's at support. Look at the support that BNB is at right now, and you tell me, are you bullish or bearish on it? For me, BNB is technically going back. Here we go. This is it. Somewhere between 320 and somewhere between 340. That is the perfect area. There. If I was going to short BNB, this is the area that I'd be looking to short BNB. It's at range low support. Okay, it will eventually break it at some stage. When it does, this is going to become major resistance. I think that if I was to buy BNB, I would have bought it in the 260s areas. Around the same time, I would have bought Doge, but I didn't actually buy BNB. But if I was to short it, look at these highs: 1, 2, 3. Okay, and the third time that we try come here as well, we actually got some bodily closes inside of this area here, only to sell off again. I think that if we were going to push back into it for one more time, that might be a good test for a short. If we are to come back to these range lows, this looks weak now. This support looks completely tapped. And the next logical area of support would be this initial low that we made here into the, hold on, let me tell you this, $211. All right, so with BNB, it's looking like that now. With the dollar, let's have a quick look at the dollar to see what it did during, the dollar is at support as well. The dollar is at support as well. Now, are we going to break below support? I don't know. Maybe we break below this area here and start trending to the downside. Maybe we do something like this. Take out this low here. Get back above. Something like that. And then we start breaking down. Something like that. I can see something like that happening for the dollar. All I'm doing here is I'm just following the trend, okay? I'm literally just following the trend. This channel, when you mark out support and resistance, and it's usually all well and good. It looks sexy, it looks good. But when you mark out support and resistance and you're marking it out on a 20-year chart and your support goes all the way back from 20 years ago, your resistance goes back from 20 years ago, there's this sexy sense of conviction that you've just got in your voice yet. You know what I'm saying? it really is something. Let's see what the channel's saying. We are 12 likes away from 100 likes. We've got still over 100 people watching. What's the subscriber count saying? Have we got any new subscribers for the day? I would love to turn around and say that we've got some new subscribers today. We do have some new subscribers today, but we can do a lot better than that. So make sure you're sharing the video. Make sure you are joining the Telegram group. The link is in the description below. That is free shit right there, free alpha. We are going to be streaming tomorrow for the FOMC watch along as well. You don't want to miss that. That's going to be fun too. We'll even watch the conference together. All right. We'll watch the conference together just like we did in the previous one. It will be really good fun. Big up to Sinai. I'm not sure how to say that name, but Sinai. She's new to the channel. Thanks for joining the show. Appreciate you here. is saying dollar looks rubbish. Yeah, I agree. It does look rubbish. It just needs to. We don't want it to break down too aggressively. We don't want it to. We don't want it to just be one straight flush lower. That's not going to work for me. I want to see the dollar distribute. I want to see it distribute. We had a massive bull market for the dollar. I wanted to see it do what Bitcoin did. Okay, so think about what Bitcoin did in May 2021. Bitcoin, imagine this high was 69k, all right here. 69k. What it did was 67k, sorry. It broke down, and then what it did was it retested support, came back up and made a new high of 6970k, and then it started dumping. I don't want to see the dollar just nuke right here. It wouldn't make sense to me. I think the demand for the dollar is still there to some degree. And I do think that we've still got room to go for the dollar in terms of distribution. All right. Is there anything else that you guys want to ask before I shoot? Anything else at all? Matthew here says, Bet Martini guy just shorted. Yeah, he probably did. That guy's a complete clown. I apologize for saying that, but based on his actions, I can't handle him. I can't handle it. It's absurd. I find it absurd how he can continuously post on his Twitter and people continue to fall for it. Every single time Bitcoin does something, he makes a comment, he gives you a bias and he confirms it. He says, I'm going long, so you should buy. I'm going short, so you should buy. And then price reverses and does the opposite of what he says, and he deletes his tweet. And it's so normal. It's so normal. I'm confident. I'm very confident that he knows it as well. I'm confident that he does. I'm sure that as he's doing it, he's giggling as well. And he's saying the same thing. He's like, bro, these guys are so dumb. Like, I can just tweet it over and over again. I'll get like 1,000 likes, 2,000 likes, 3,000 likes. I'm still going to get projects that are still going to want to work with me, because no matter what I say to the public, they're going to still engage with my stuff. But then, okay, fine. You're in your own lane. You're doing your own thing. All good. But then he calls people out. He calls people out for doing what he's doing, even though they're not doing what he's doing. This is what I don't understand. Guys like him, I don't know. You can see my energy's changed already. You can see my energy's changed. He is. I'd love to get him on the stream. I'd tear him to shreds if I got him on the stream. I'm telling you now. He's a pussyo. Like, that's how I feel about him. I'm not saying that's fact, but how I personally feel about him, and I got my own opinion. I'm entitled to it. I think he's a dickhead. I think he's a pussyo. I think he's shit at trading. I think he was there at the right time in crypto. I don't think he actually cares about crypto. He's left crypto and gone to do race car driving, and I think he really loves attention. I think that when attention is not all about him, he gets upset, and when it's not all about him, he will go and find out who it's all about and target them. Just not really a good person. And I guarantee you, when the bull market comes, he's going to take clout for as many things as he can, like all of us are going to do to some degree, but not the way he does it. Not the way he does it, So yeah. So what else is going on? The chat's gone quiet. What else is going on? Chosen says, taking profit on this spike feels so good, man. Well done, mate. That is the comment of the day. That is the comment of the day. Big up to Chosen. Big up to Chosen. NJ, don't forget to upgrade your trading view for FOMC. Yeah, we're going to need to upgrade trading view. Can't believe that finished, man. That took me by surprise. It happened on live stream as well, took me by surprise. Anyway, lads and ladies and everything in between, absolutely phenomenal episode. Really, really good. I really, really enjoyed chilling with you guys. Make sure you're tuning in tomorrow for tomorrow's watch along. And Thursday's episode will be good. Thursday's episode will be good. We've got a guest that has previously come on, which you guys really enjoyed, and you've a lot of you have asked me to bring him back on. But he's going to be coming with another person. So whether you can guess or not, I don't think you'll be able to guess who the second person is. Tomorrow it will be, I'm not sure what time FOMC is tomorrow, but I'll be going live maybe 45 minutes to half an hour before FOMC, and we'll do the full watch along as well in terms of the press conference. All right. So probably, I don't know, 6:45 to 7 p.m. UK time. So Caesar says one more like to 100 likes. Someone else press like. Yeah, if we can, that would be amazing. Dubsdorf is saying Muro. I'll give you a hint. It's not Muro. Muro, we are going to get him back on the show for sure. We are definitely going to get him back, but it's not Muro. You guys won't be able to guess it. You won't be able to guess it, I promise you. Because even when I saw it myself, I was like, oh, this is interesting. Yeah, so if FOMC is at 7 p.m., then we'll come live at 6:15 to 6:30, all right? No, it's not Elise. It's not Elise either. It's not Elise. Nope, it's not Trader XO. I'm telling you, you guys won't be able to guess it. But he's got 100k followers on Twitter. His content is absolutely amazing. Super respected trader. Maybe this hint might be a bit too much, actually. High Block Capital. High Block. Nope, it's not Martini Guy. If it was Martini Guy, I'll get excited, bro. If it was Martini Guy, or if it was Do Kwan or someone like that, I'll get excited, G. All right. I see a couple of crypto ISOs in the chat. All right, you got half of it correct. But who's ISO bringing with him? I bet you lot won't be able to figure it out. Who is ISO bringing with him? You guys have got like a yeah. Okay, I know. High Block Capital is ISO. I know. But who is ISO bringing with him? Can anyone figure it out? It's not XO. It's not SBF. It's not JJ Cycles. It's not Jim Talbot. No, it's not. It's Cap. Ooh. Feels getting close. I'm gonna leave this stream there. All right, everyone, take care. Have a lovely, lovely evening. See you guys tomorrow for the FOMC watch along. Do smash a like on the video, by the way, and do subscribe to the content. I'll catch you all tomorrow for the FOMC live stream. So take care, everyone. Cheers. Bye.